Alright, let's get into the episode 4. This is Real Talks on Reddit, and let's see if we can help certain people out there. Oh, so the first text here is a guy that's looking shot basis 7471. It's a guy looking for a mentor. He's apologizing for grammar and writing on his phone, but basically he's trying to improve himself. He's 27-year-old father of 2. He moved out on his 15 and had to fight for himself his whole life. Recently he's been listening to Jordan Peterson, very good guy. Go watch him if you don't know him, but I guess everybody knows him already. But it feels like he's missing something. He doesn't know how to progress or go to the next stage in his life. And he has social anxiety, so he also is terrified to, I guess, go out on his own and put himself out there for other people to see. Although he can do this in a professional setting, so it's kind of just like a mind switch that he has there, I guess. The only 2 mentors he had, positive mentors, died at 17 and 19 so I guess they were like friends of him maybe, or maybe grandparents or something, I don't know. Therapist ain't a possibility, as he doesn't have too much money. So he's basically writing this in a last ditch effort, he says. So I say, interesting story to hear, my friend. I'm also 27, sometimes wonder if I'm in need of a mentor or just keep doing what I do best. I want to say from the beginning that I don't have the answers you're looking for, as I don't have many mentors too. Just wanted to share some thoughts with you about what you're saying and asking. Don't feel weak, bad for asking what you don't know about. It shows that you know yourself, that you know what your limits are, and that you're not afraid for growing in that areas, because you're like clearly demonstrating like, hey, I know I'm slacking on this part, but I want to improve a bit upon it. Do you have any ideas what I could do? Or because I believe that the weak ones are people that are not asking for help or think they can do everything alone, which I sometimes fall into myself in this category. Which is hence also the reason why I'm more publicly open about the things I can do and admit things I cannot do, like some things I'm not good at. That's just how it is. Not everybody's good at everything in life. For the real suggestion or the real advice I want to give him, sometimes I think we all would want somebody that shows us the way or is further in life as we see it for ourselves unfolding. Though rarely anyone has the same path in life, I think rarely anyone has the same path in life. If you understand what you need or where you want to grow, talk about it with peers, friends, randos on the internet, as you're doing. And usually this can go a long way of gaining understanding of what you are, what you could improve upon. I feel like if you go to the places you like and want to be at, you are more likely to find someone with greater understanding of things you care about in life. For example, going to the gym has greater odds in finding a gym mentor. The point above is difficult with your social anxiety, as you described it, also losing 2 positive role models and professional help. So I suggest basically that I want to go with him deeper. It's not that I'm a professional, but maybe I can help this guy a little bit more personal, I say. I also plug myself, always try to get some new people to my channel. But I do confirm that I believe and I feel what he's going through. It's not like I'm father myself, thank God, yet. But I think this is very rough for him. and I ended with a compliment, I guess. Anyways, that's the comment. So, our second guy here on the Leaves forum, Bunla, is 4 months clean. He has a sponsored therapist, goes to AA meetings and that stuff. He has everything he needs, family, friends, a good job, or a job he loves. But last week he got cravings, which he initially subdued with going to more meetings, talking more to others, which is, I think, the correct way, I guess. I have no personal experience in this one. But the thought won't go away. He feels like doing or smoking again, but he doesn't want to give up what he's doing. So basically I say, do you have an idea of when these thoughts pop up in your mind, the triggers? I don't have personal experience with a situation that would be similar to you, so I don't feel... So it doesn't feel appropriate to give tips. For me to give tips here. What did your sponsors and therapists told you when you asked them this question? Bench. I think it's just also interesting for me, and honestly, this guy posted it 15 minutes ago. I think he's kind of looking for any kind of comment there. So any is better than none, I think. So yeah, that's what I did. Let's see if it gives something up or it has some value for him. All right, we got a new post. 24 male, closest friend has ghosted me for almost a year and I'm still not over it. Basically, he reconnected with an old friend. She's kind of popular. She has a lot of people that want to be her friend and stuff. He said that he was close friends with her, but at some point she stopped texting. He's not really spamming her, but she's worried or he's worried that the relationship might fizzle out again, and he's trying to think of ways to reignite that, I guess. He says he wants to move on, but he's also like hinting at what he did wrong and how he could have made it different or something. So I don't think he's not fully ready to move on. He stopped making new friends because of this, so I guess it does hinder him a lot. Everybody's asking about her and he feels bad about that. He wants to send a final message, which I should elaborate. Don't send the final message. In my opinion. So just want to move on and forget about all this. He's trying to indulge in hobbies or exercises, but the thoughts really pop up. You are keeping yourself, trying to keep yourself busy, but as you are mentioned, it is not enough. Also, I wouldn't send the final message. The ball is on her court for a long time already. So basically, I was giving him some alternative views. So I'm start off with something positive. Glad to hear you were able to reconnect with an old friend, even if it was just for a short period. Some thoughts. So my first one, I don't know how the connection got started and why it's fizzled out first at a certain period. But what I do know is that if people really want to be around each other, they usually can make it work. What I'm hinting at, not to be rude, is that you had more interest and need to the connection than she did. At some point this can become difficult as she might not want to hurt your feelings directly and doesn't know how to break it to you. Here I would say that you need to really think hard about what she saw in you or what you meant to her and what she did or means for you. Did you give more or gotten more? Could be a clue. Next, she might be going through a lot of her own shit in her life and doesn't feel like reaching out to you as a close friend. Time and space are very important here. This one is an obvious one. It's not too mind-blowing, I would say. Next one, if people don't give the time or experiences that you're looking for in life, you should accept that. Changing other people's behavior, thoughts, interests to match yours is pretty selfish. Be proud of who you are and what you stand for and connect with people that also see your value in those aspects of life. You're most likely a very loving and thoughtful guy, but don't let anyone take that away that doesn't value in that way. Lastly, and in my opinion the most crucial part in order to move on, is to face the fact she doesn't want or feels a need to talk with you at this moment in her life. And that is totally fine, which should not mean you should feel bad. Which should not mean you should feel bad or embarrassed in any way. Even when family or friends are talking about her. I want to underline is take pride in who you are and what you stand for. You don't have to take responsibility for things that you can't control. Only take responsibility for the things you said and did. Think about how you might do it different in the future. My intention is not to paint or say you're the problem, why it didn't work, and it's not like one of these things is the answer to your question, but consider more possibilities and realities than just what you're thinking now. We have no idea what goes through other people's minds and happens in their lives, so focus on the things you can control yourself. Good thing that you're trying to keep yourself busy, but as you mentioned, it is not enough. Also, I wouldn't send the final message. The ball is on her side of the court for a long time already. Good luck, and hopefully it doesn't sound too condescending. It is never my intention for that. Boom. Alright, so this girl or this woman has a boyfriend. They both sleep in separate rooms for their own reasons. He's snoring and she, I don't know, can't sleep, whatever. Basement is basically where he sleeps now. His mother-in-law is worried that he might catch a cold or whatever, that she are not sleeping together is a huge problem for her, and she's basically taking that out on her. So I think there's only one logical thing to do here. Talk with your boyfriend about those aspects and tell him you want a group talk with her. This way everyone can express their feelings and difficulties. It is not like she's going to change anytime soon, but this way you see him and are the adult in the situation. If he takes her side, then you have enough information to move on, in my opinion. Though it is very black and white picture I'm painting. Though it is a very black and white painting here, which is never the case in real life. Open communication would be the best one. But what I would do, best of luck. Yes, also try other things like earpieces or sleep apnea therapy. Sleep apnea. And what's the problem? All right. Alright, so this is a quick one. Basically a guy saying that he does more creative stuff when he's being sober. He's thinking about giving up this trash, and he feels like he's been living a shell life. So I'm saying, doing good, my friend. Identifying what aspects of your life benefit from being sober and giving them more weight is an important step. Could be interesting for you to keep track of what made you not smoke today and enhance those aspects, make them easier to do. I believe in you. I think that's sometimes all people want to hear, you know, somebody believing in them. So I try to say it more often. Right, so this one is an interesting one. Guy wondering if he has to go to the cemetery. He has a dad that died 2 years ago. He hasn't really visited his grave yet, and asks basically if he should or should not. So I say this is largely dependent on who you are as a person. Are you somebody that needs physical reminders of being at a certain place to have or acknowledge certain feelings you have? Personally, I'm not like that, but I know that other friends of mine do need this, and also wants to have other people share in that experience, and also wants to share that with other people. Share that experience with other people. I feel like I need this less, but that doesn't mean that I regret going to the cemetery. If I were you, I would just go there once at least and let it flow. Don't have expectations of needing. Don't have any expectations. Don't need to cry or confront yourself. Just being there, making the effort and thinking about it is what the experience is about. It's never easy to deal with the loss. You have to find your own way, and that means trying things, in my opinion. Best of luck, my friend. Badge.